Hello everyone, Jerome here from the Bonsai Supply, and today I wanted to show you how to create a cascading bonsai tree. So first we're going to have to take the tree out of the pot, and I just massage the pot just to loosen up the roots. And then I hold the tree with one hand and just turn the whole tree upside down and let the tree pull itself out of the pot with its own weight. And now the next step is to work down the root ball and see how we can turn this into a cascade. So I use my rake and I rake away from the center of the base out. Okay. So a lot of people think that you have to grow a cascade for, from a seedling. But this is one way how you can create a cascade by just choosing pre-bonsai material. And it works really well, as you can see as I'm turning it upside down. Has great movement, and then I have all the branches down here. All right, so you want to make sure that you leave about 20 to 30% of the old root ball intact, and then we're just going to cut the roots back. All right, so this is what the root ball should look like. So this is about 20 or 30%. Always make sure that you leave some of the original soil that the pre-bonsai came in with, and then the next time that we repot it, we can remove the remainder of the old soil. All right, so next we're gonna set up the cascading pot. And so it has a hole at the bottom, which is called a drainage hole. And so we have to cover this hole with a drainage screen. So this is just a plastic screen that we're gonna lay over the hole on the inside. And to secure that screen, we're gonna take a little piece of wire, bend it in half, and use this as a pin to keep the screen from moving. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Okay, this is good. Perfect. And so now this screen is secure, and none of the good bonsai soil will pour out of the bottom of this. Maybe you can see the inside. We're gonna fill about 3/4 of the pot with our all-purpose bonsai soil mixture. Oh. All right, so I filled the pot pretty much up to the top, and I'm gonna take my tree and just do a little trial fit to see if it'll fit in the position that I want it to be. And since I have such nice movement here, and I'm actually looking at the front of this composition, I want the tree to come over the edge of the pot. So if you look at it from your side, I wanted the cascade to come over the edge of the pot and then cascade down. And we're gonna have it sitting something like this to make it look very dramatic. And so I need just a little more soil over here to keep it from falling over. So I hold it in place with one hand and fill it in with soil with my other hand, and just make sure that it doesn't move. And all of these roots up here that are exposed, we're going to cover these at the end with moss. All right, so it's very important that you fill in the section here where the cascade comes out of the pot, because a lot of times this section is being forgotten. And then use a chopstick and push the soil all the way down into the pot and work out all of the air pockets. So you see how I push with my chopstick down? As long as I can push with my chopsticks, that means I still have air pockets. So next we're going to have to tie this tree into position. So I just want to make sure one more time that I like where this tree is sitting. I like it. And then I'm going to hold it in position with one hand, and I'm going to use the wires to tie the tree down into position. And so I just cross the wires over the root ball. Just give one twist. Take my wire cutters, remove the excess of the wire, and then I'm going to take my pliers, grab on the twisted wire, and then just pull up and twist. Pull up and twist. And I'm going to use the second wire and also cross it over the root ball. And so now this tree is secured into its new pot and is not going to fall out and can securely grow. So when your roots are exposed, as you can see here, I'm just going to use a little moss that I'm going to soak in some water for a couple minutes, and then I'm going to place this on top so that the top doesn't dry out too fast while the roots continue to grow down. And then in a couple months, once this actively starts to grow, I can then remove the moss. All right, so after the repotting, I have to thoroughly water the freshly repotted bonsai tree. You want to make sure that the water is cool. And so you want to water the tree for a good minute or so, just to make sure that the tree is really soaked. And then I also wet the moss, which we're then going to place on top. All right, so after you water your tree, you want to make sure that you keep it in the shade for about 2 weeks. Now this varies per species, and once you see new growth emerge, then you can put it out into full sun. Now as you can see, this tree does not go below the feet of the pot. So right now this is still considered as a semi-cascade. But over here on my gardenia cascade, you can see how this bottom piece goes well below the feet of the pot, which are up here. So this is a full-blown cascade. All right, so this is how you turn a nursery material into a cascading bonsai style. Please comment below and let me know if you guys have any questions, or if there's other styles or species that you'd like to see me work on. Make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and I'll catch you guys next time.